We estimate that over $220 billion is wasted every year on healthcare supply chain. That is equivalent to more than 0.5% of the entire national GDP. At Surgence, our mission is to help organizations find that money and put it where it matters most, patient care. Organizations like Foxtrot are extremely valuable for folks who are trying to make that transition from having started with a license with Palantir where they've done all the work to eventually getting to a point where you can basically maintain your own software in-house. Surgence is a little bit different because we're not just building an internal solution set on Foundry to solve our own internal problems. We're building a product on top of Foundry. Foxtrot was a great partner because they have the Foundry experience, but they also understood our vision of building out this entire ecosystem on top of the Foundry tech stack.
Surgence is a tool built in Palantir Foundry that will allow organizations to have better visibility into their role in the supply chain, whether they be a supplier, distributor, or manufacturer. Healthcare at the end of the day is different because of the overall stakes. Whereas in many other supply chains, it just comes down to getting a product from A to B. In healthcare, the overall outcome at the end is a person's life.
The main goal of the healthcare industry and the data engineering space within it is to essentially serve as the translator between systems.
Each organization is unique in the way that they handle data, and that's obviously presented a lot of challenges over the years when trying to connect organization A's data to organization B.
So we come into an initial organization and help them see their entire internal ecosystem for the first time holistically. Doing analysis across your data, identifying key opportunities for cost savings, finding places where you're inefficient, finding places where you've got a risk of not having product where you need it. The actual Surgence interface presents multiple different views or workflows that we call applications that are focused on particular parts of the supply chain world within either the provider space or supplier space.
There was a company I was working with where we were looking at a blue glove. And in their data set, they had the blue glove tracked in 10 different ways. They had different suppliers linked to it. Some of them had expected lead times. Some of them didn't. Some had pricing. Some had different pricing. When you look at a system like that, and you think about Steve sitting at his computer at a warehouse, which item is he going to pick? Taking that decision away from someone who does not have the time or research to actually be able to make that informed decision is critical to making the supply chain more efficient and more cost productive. When my team walked in and was able to consolidate those records into one, we provided them with the insight of cost certainty, of delivery certainty, and where they could go if they needed a replacement or there was a disruption in service. And that's just a blue glove. Think of the number of items that a doctor uses on a daily basis. The supply chain is expansive, and every single item makes a difference on that hospital system's bottom line.
It's a #1 priority for us to make sure this is a trustworthy product, and a lot of what we do goes into the testing of that and the onboarding of that with the people who use it on a day-to-day basis. For a lot of hospital systems, we understand what they use is because it's stable and it works, and they haven't changed because there's an inherent risk to patient care. For implementation, we really prioritize safety so patient care isn't jeopardized, and that it goes down all the way to testing, to implementing, to making sure before the launch happens that it's accurate.
Foxtrot is certainly from day one wanted to understand well what we're trying to do. They are as motivated by our mission as we are.
The people who are helping us from Foxtrot are basically one of the same for our developers. They care just as much, if not more, than some of the Surgence people. I love everything that they bring to the table because they are really, really, really good.
Foxtrot's a consultancy team with a vast amount of expertise, and we are being able to use them as essentially our map to finding value in this industry.
What makes Palantir Foundry so great is there's several ways to do things and get to your end goal. But what makes you an expert in Palantir is knowing how to get there the best way. Picking the best path that helps you optimize your compute cost, optimize your scheduling, so then you can have a seamless data pipeline. Take, for example, you are ingesting data, and then you're maybe running some calculations on it later on down in the pipeline. An inefficient way would be to run that whole data set continuously over and over again. A more efficient way would be to do it incrementally, only running calculations on the new data. So then you're saving money on not having to recompute the entire data set, you're just running calculations on the new bits of data.
What I think makes Surgence unique and probably in a category of one is the combination of the tech stack and the architecture and the expertise within Surgence. What we have built sits on top of Palantir Foundry, which is best-in-class secure platform. It is a singular tech stack, so we have incredible efficiency and scalability. And then the architecture that we have designed allows us to build out a truly multi-enterprise, fully secure supply chain ecosystem.
Our expertise in the Palantir Foundry space allows Surgence to develop at scale. And at scale development allows for Surgence to provide end user value and increase profitability to their partner organization.
Supply chain has so many moving parts, the resiliency just isn't there. At Surgence, we're done with a healthcare supply chain that breaks when it's needed most.